Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video. Trios FNCS is right around the corner, and with the right preparations, this can be the season where you finally pop off. And that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Before we get into that, for every 1,000 supporters we get on code MARINTM, I'll be coaching one of you for a full tournament session and tell you how you can improve to the fullest possible extent. Let's aim for 5,000 likes and let's get into today's episode. As an introduction to this video, I just want to let everyone know that some of the tips in today's episode will take a lot of work. And if you're not ready to work to be able to become the best possible player you can be, then this is not the video for you. What I do want to add is that these methods will be highly effective, and hopefully you're going to learn at least one new thing you can implement in your practice routine as a trio. With all of that out of the way, let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about in today's episode is something I learned from Rojo. Rojo placed second in the World Cup and has made an insane amount of money playing Fortnite. And no offense to Rojo, but it's not because of his insane mechanical skill or inhuman aim, but rather because of how smart of a player he is. So what exactly have I learned from him? Well, it's pretty simple. After every tournament, whether that be a FNCS or a Cash Cup, you VOD review all 10 of your games and write down everything you did wrong in a Discord with your teammates. I've done this for our trio, and now I'm going to show you how I do it. So in our trio's Discord, I write the tournament name and date. Then I add 10 text channels starting at game 1, going all the way to game 10. So to give my trio members the best possible understanding of our mistakes, I try to include photos where it's natural, and I also add a very comprehensive text under the photo going over what I think we did wrong in the given scenario. And all of the text here is in Norwegian, so I apologize if you don't understand anything, but truthfully, the most important aspect of this way of practicing is reflecting upon what you did wrong and what you could have done differently. And if you consistently do this over a longer period of time, you will not only fix a lot of your mistakes, but you will also get to test out a lot of different strategies. In addition to all of this, it's important that you, as a trio, go over everything that has been written by the IGL together, because even though you guys have a designated in-game leader that makes the calls, he or she can still be wrong, and getting everyone's opinions on your mistakes will help a lot. So you have to be able to receive and give constructive criticism without getting mad. If you decide to do this, then you're doing something max a couple of hundred trios are doing in the entire world. And this will get you properly prepared for trios FNCS. And hey, even if you play some customs tonight, you can still use the same strategy to go over and fully understand your mistakes. I truly believe in VOD reviewing, writing down and reflecting upon your mistakes, because going just off of memory can for a lot of people be difficult. I've just started doing this and I can already feel a massive sense of improvement. Moving on to the second tip for today's episode, I want to talk about having a good team mentality and not splitting before FNCS or under FNCS. Both before and under FNCS, I see a lot of teams splitting and making changes to their teams. And this is something you want to avoid at all costs. What I know a lot of people don't realize is that even though you might not see it for yourself, it's not your teammates' reason that you're not placing. It's just as much your own fault as the others, and no Fortnite player can ever admit to this, it seems like. Trios is all about team synergy and teamwork, and in order to build that up, it's crucial that you play together and practice together for a longer period of time. And yes, some days your teammates will play bad, but so will you, and it's a part of the process. What's important when one of the members of a trio is playing bad is that you can understand that everyone has a bad day every now and then, and not just instantly drop him or her for having an off day. Look at your mistakes and think about how you can become more consistent. Don't just instantly drop somebody because you guys are playing bad for one singular day. The third tip is going to be huge, and it is playing everything together. I've said this before and I'm saying it again. Doing well in Fortnite is all about knowing every aspect of the game. That's why you as a trio want to play arena, customs, and 3v3 realistics together to practice in the most effective way possible. What I would recommend is playing customs when a lot of people are on the game and grinding it out, and then when there isn't as many players playing the customs, you could either play some trio arena to build a general team synergy and chemistry, or you can play realistic 3v3s to get incredibly effective fighting practice. You can also play sonars, but I would strongly recommend realistics. Coming in next, we gotta talk about understanding the point format. And luckily for us, it's already out, so I can pretty easily explain it to you guys. In the FNCS qualifiers, winning a game is worth 25 points. And for every kill you get, you will get 1 point. This means that FNCS is heavily based on getting consistent placements throughout your 10 games. And this is where we gotta stop and think for a second. Because what a lot of people might not realize is that the difference between getting a top 4 and a top 3 could be the difference between qualifying and not. In order to qualify for the second round, you gotta place within the top 1,500 teams. And if you play full endgame with a good mentality in every game, I'm going to be honest, this is possible with getting nearly no kills. So taking risks for getting eliminations when you don't need them is something you don't want to do. And don't get me wrong, if you have terrible loot and need to kill somebody to get more mats, maybe some bouncers and more shields, then you should 100% do so. But talking from personal experience, it can often be very easy to tunnel vision for 10 seconds and go for a dumb fight that ends up griefing your entire game. And one thing I want to add to all of this is that there is always an opportunity to disengage fights. Nearly nobody disengages anymore, and understandably so. It's often very difficult, but if you do it in the correct way, then you can get out of a fight before it completely messes up your game. Lastly, we're going to be talking about effective practice, and this is crucial to implement going into this season's FNCS. So, what exactly is effective practice? Effective practice is being self-aware enough to know exactly what you suck at in the game and doing something about it. If you know your game sense is awful, spend hours VOD reviewing, writing down and learning from pros. If your aim is holding you back, download an aim trainer like Kovacs and consistently play it during the FNCS weeks. And lastly, if you have bad mechanics, make creative your best friend and become a mechanical mastermind. One of the most common mistakes people make is becoming comfortable with their own skill. And when they become comfortable, they do the same thing day in and day out, brainlessly. There is no improvement without some challenge, and the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can pop off. With all of that said, it is time to conclude today's episode. Firstly, and most importantly, VOD review all of your tournament games and write down your mistakes in a Discord. This is, in my opinion, the most effective way to learn because you actually get to reflect upon and realize your own mistakes. Secondly, don't split with your teammates. It's just as much your fault as your teammates' fault if you don't place in a FNCS week. And you're going to be better off playing with somebody you have experience with compared to someone brand new every week. If you have a consistent trio and play everything together, arena, customs, and creative, then the chances of you succeeding in one of the FNCS weeks will be 100 times higher compared to if you swap teammates. To finish the video, remember to fully understand the point format and be effective in your practice. If you do all of the things I have said in today's video, there is nothing holding you back. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and take care.
You know me, she'll know.